video is for the Todais of the FMK, just to share with you my thoughts and where I want this kun to go right now and in the future. So the title of this video is Preparing for My Death. What I mean by that is that, like the samurai, and this is a common thing in Zen and meditation, you gotta live moment to moment. You can't assume that you're gonna live forever or live until you're 80 or 90 years old. You gotta appreciate every moment for what it is. So you gotta realize that death could come at any time. And I've realized that since I became awakened, since my enlightenment. So every year, every day that goes by, I learn to be thankful for. So the way that I plan out my life is to do everything that I ever wanted to do. Live now. Live fully in the moment now. And not hope for a better future and things like that. So whatever I started, whatever I created, the label that I just chose is just Freddie's Modern Kung Fu, Tao of Freddie's Modern Kung Fu. Now, if I pass away in a year, in 5 years from now, or whenever, I would like for the kun to continue to grow and to help guide people towards a positive way within not just the martial arts, but just within life in general. And if there are quality Todais that have this understanding of what I'm trying to do, then that can happen. It can continue to grow even when I'm gone. It doesn't have to stop. It just has to be clear within the Todais of what the direction of the kun is supposed to head. And there's just some general guidelines. And those guidelines is simple. Just head towards peace, love, compassion. As you train really hard in what you do, and you work really hard, and you better yourself. As you already know, or as you should know clearly, I do not promote destruction. I do not promote combat sport. And the rules that I've established is that none of us are going to be training for that. It's not like the other schools or other gyms, other coaches where they're trying to milk off the fame of their athletes or their students. Where the coach is out of shape and a nobody himself, but then he wants to become a somebody because he wants one of his students to go in the ring and fight for him in order to get him fame and money. Exploiting the student for his own profit, for his own fame. The schools, the teachers constantly promoting competition. The martial arts student might go into the school or the gym not wanting to compete, but then the teacher is forcing them to compete. In here, we will aim to not compete at all and be in meditation while we train hard. But if we are to compete, then we compete with ourselves in a healthy way. We better ourselves. There's a lot of ways to better yourself without having to hurt other people. And I've demonstrated this time and time again with all these videos and exercises that I'm promoting. The bench press, the squat, the push-ups, the pull-ups, the handstand push-ups, the rack push-ups, the power twister, bicep curls, sprinting, jumping, running. There's a lot of ways to better yourself and gauge where you're at without having to hurt other people. Now I've implemented something called safe sparring, which is supposed to be a way for you to learn and fine-tune your skills in defending yourself in real confrontations on the streets. Not in the ring, not in the cage, not for competition, but on the streets where you need to survive. And to always keep in mind that there are guns, knives, sticks, batons, multiple offenders, bats, glass bottles, that we might be fighting on concrete, on gravel. That the reality of combat is life or death. And that it's not a game. So we train for the reality of based combat. We train with our shoes on because we're going to be wearing shoes out there. And if you don't wear shoes, you better buy some shoes because you're going to use those shoes to your advantage. We don't wear gloves because you're not going to have gloves out there. Unless it's wintertime, you wear winter gloves, then fine. You could train in winter gloves if you'd like. We're not going to be wearing mouth guards out there or groin protections. So we're not going to train with that. But in safe sparring, we got to exercise control with our technique in order to protect our sparring partner from great bodily injury. And we need to safely spar in a controlled manner, in a responsible way. And the whole objective is to learn, not to fight for money or to show off to other people that you're so great. And safe sparring many times can only be responsibly implemented with a qualified Sifu that knows how to conduct the training so that it does not get out of hand. We will highly value fitness and athletic development. We will highly value spiritual development, intelligence. These are basic principles. And we will be very aware of who we're teaching. We cannot teach publicly to anybody that wants to learn. We need to evaluate the people that we're teaching to ensure that these people are ready to learn what we have to offer. We need to interact with these people that we're teaching. So we don't teach publicly, we teach privately. We get to know the people we're teaching. And as we get to know them, we will see when they are ready to learn what we have to share. Those are the basic principles. We are not bullies, and we're not going to train other people to become bullies. And we're not going to profit off of these people who are fighting to hurt people for entertainment. I will continue to train myself as hard as I can to reach the highest level I can in a natural, safe way, away from steroids and muscle enhancing drugs and all that crap, to see what the human body is capable of through hard work, through real kung fu, good nutrition, and sleep. And as I achieve these standards, we will continue to promote this high level of development. And through the years, we'll see how everybody develops. See how all the Todais develop. See how my children develop. See if the people that are in this kun within FMK can set a higher standard than the standards that I am aiming to set. But really, it's not about me. It's not about anybody out there. But just to realize that no matter what level you're at, you could always get to a higher level. So say I'm doing a power twister and right now I'm around 100. Why can't somebody do 200? And if we can't do 200, why can't somebody do 300? And so on and so forth. FMK is simply a place, a label to gather together positive people that wish to represent something different within the martial arts. Something more healthy and positive, but at the same token, hard-working. Extremely hard-working. To the point where we can set an athletic level beyond what we see in competitive combat sport, and maybe even what we see in the Olympics. So it does not have to end when I pass away. It's simply a label, a place to bring together people, positive people, that want to help and support each other grow towards a balanced development of the body, mind, and spirit. And with all these videos and these books that are coming out, you should be able to clearly see the vision that I have, and not to break that, and not to corrupt that. If someday I'm not here. And I think Osho is one of the few modern sages that has done a very good job of continually promoting his work even after he passed. His disciples are doing a great job with promoting and continuing his teachings even after he passed away. Constantly books are being published. Even after his death, books are being published. He has an Osho meditation resort in India that many people visit. His disciples are doing a great job with continually expressing something positive for the society. And they use his name, Osho, to bring together the people. My vision is to replicate that within FMK, and hopefully I could stay alive for many years to come in order to continually put effort to promote this way, this positive way within the martial arts community, because it means a lot to me. The martial arts means a lot to me because it has transformed my life in many positive ways. But to see what the society has done to it and how they have corrupted it and destroyed the essence of it, is very sad to me. And I can't help but put in my effort to try to fix that to the best of my ability. And all the hours and days that I spend training, part of the motivation is to try to make that change. To show people that, hey, you know, these people in combat sport, they're not the only ones working hard. There's other people working hard too, and they're representing something different. That's not violent. It's more creative, more artistic, and more real. So, some things to keep in mind, and I've slowly started to implement a better structure for FMK to delegate duties to Todais that have the time and the passion to continue on with what has been built up to this point. And I'm excited to see this kun grow as more people become involved in helping to promote a more positive way within the martial art.